the Wanderer, and the Whispering Willow. Long ago, before the rivers were bridged and the stars mapped, there lived a wanderer named Arlen. His cloak was stitched with patches from lands both near and far, his boots worn thin from countless miles. Arlen roamed not to find something but to lose something, a sorrow so deep it followed him like a shadow. One dusky evening, with the sky a tapestry of pink and gold, Arlen arrived in a valley he did not recognize. It was silent, almost too silent, as though the world held its breath. He set down his pack and sat beside a stream that mirrored the heavens above. The water whispered over smooth stones, a sound like secrets murmured just out of reach. As Arlen sat, the hairs on the back of his neck prickled, for he felt he was being watched. Slowly, he turned, and there it was, a willow tree unlike any he had ever seen. Its trunk was wide and gnarled, twisted as though it had grown while wrestling the wind. Its branches swept low, their tips just grazing the earth, shimmering faintly in the fading light. He should have moved on, of course. Strange things linger in forgotten places, and wiser souls knew to leave them be. But the tree called to him, not with words, but with an ache, a pull in his chest like the tug of the moon on the tide. Arlen approached, his steps slow and careful. As he drew closer, the breeze stirred the willow's branches, and the sound it made was soft and musical, like the plucking of a distant harp. And then it spoke. "Wanderer," the tree whispered, its voice rustling like dry leaves. "What is it you seek?" Arlen froze. He was a man of reason, but the tree's voice bypassed his ears and settled straight into his mind, as clear and undeniable as his own heartbeat. He wanted to flee, to dismiss it as a trick of fatigue. But the tree's presence was both soothing and immense, like a great hand resting lightly on his shoulder. I seek nothing," he managed to reply, though his voice trembled. "I only walk." The willow's branches swayed, though there was no wind. No one walks without reason. "Tell me, wanderer, what burdens you?" For a long moment, Arlen was silent. He could feel the weight of the tree's gaze, though it had no eyes. At last, he sighed and lowered himself to the earth. "I carry the weight of loss," he admitted. "A love I could not save, a future that crumbled to ash, and so I walk, hoping the road will wear it away." The willow was still for a moment, and Arlen thought perhaps it had gone silent. But then it spoke again, its voice softer now, almost kind. "Let me show you something, wanderer." Before Arlen could protest, the willow's branches reached out. They moved like living things, twining around his wrists, his arms, his chest. He felt no fear, only a strange, dreamlike calm. The branches pulled him closer, closer, until he was surrounded by their soft, silver-green leaves. And then the world changed. Gone was the valley, the stream, the willow. Arlen stood in a meadow bathed in moonlight, the air thick with the scent of blooming flowers. In the distance, a figure approached, a woman with hair like sunlight and a smile that felt like home. It was her, the one he had lost. She reached for him, and her touch was warm, her laughter like the song of birds at dawn. They danced in the meadow, their movements unhurried, as though time itself had paused to watch. Arlen's heart swelled with a joy he thought he'd forgotten, the weight of his sorrow lifting like morning mist. But then, as dreams must, it began to fade. The meadow blurred, the woman's hand slipped from his, and Arlen found himself back beneath the willow, its branches cradling him like a child. "Why?" he asked, his voice breaking. "Why show me this, only to take it away?" The willow's voice was gentle but firm. The past cannot be reclaimed, wanderer, but neither must it be forgotten. Carry it, yes, but let it shape you, not shackle you. Your path is not behind you, but ahead. Arlen sat beneath the willow until the stars wheeled overhead, and the first light of dawn touched the sky. When he rose, the tree's branches rustled in farewell, and though his sorrow remained, it felt lighter, like a stone smoothed by years of flowing water. And so he walked on, his step steady, his heart a little less heavy, the memory of the whispering willow a balm to his soul. And now, dear listener, as you close your eyes, may you too find your own whispering willow, a place of solace, of clarity, where burdens can be eased and dreams bloom like flowers in the night. Sleep well.